Hello everyone, and welcome to Birkenwasser.net episode 12. I'm Katriina Birkenwasser, and in this episode I'm going to talk about this sweater that I'm wearing. It's Humulus by Isabell Kraemer, and then I'm gonna show some new yarns that I received and a new book that I've received, and a couple of projects that I'm working on at the moment as well. But let's start with this sweater, and I'll talk more about that, but let me move back a little bit so you can see me wear it. So this sweater is designed by Isabell Kraemer, and I think it might be the first of her designs that I've worked, and of course you all must have seen it 1,000 times because it's so super popular that it seems like everyone has made their version. But this is my version, and I bought this yarn at Jyväskylä Knitfest, Summer Knitfest Winter Edition Festival. Anyways, from Jyväskylä Knitfest in February. And the yarn that I'm using is from Rintalan Tila. It's fringe wool, and the grey one is natural, so it's undyed and unprocessed wool, and the orange one is their hand-dyed wool. So this one is called Iivari, and this was something else, but the same. I think it's worsted weight, what the pattern also called for, and it was really nice working with unprocessed yarn for a change. It has this woolly smell and feels like you're really knitting with wool, and it's really soft, so it's not really that rustic wool feel, but more it made a really nice soft sweater. And I think that design is I mean, of course the design is beautiful, but it's also in a way the traditional yoke sweater type of a design, so it's really your all-around sweater you can wear when you go out, and you can see maybe the sun just started shining, and it's fall time in Helsinki, so the orange colors go well with the woods, so the leaves are turning orange and yellow, and it's really nice outside, so I've been wearing this sweater a lot when I go outside. What else can I say about the sweater? It's a top-down design. You work some short rows to shape the neck, and then you start with the collar work, and then you make the rest of it. It's not complicated. Maybe that's one of the reasons why the design is so popular, is that it's really not difficult to make. Okay, but I promise I have something else to show also, so I'm not giving up the fin shape wool. I received some new yarns. I was asked if I wanted to work with this. This is also fin shape wool, unprocessed, undyed, called SeVilla, which, well, you might think SeVilla if you see it, but it's actually Finnish, I think, meaning the wool, I guess. So I'm gonna be making a cowl with this wool, and I don't know how much I can share about that project, as it's a commission project, but you'll eventually see more of it, and it's gonna be brioche. I have another brioche project that I recently started, so I'm in a way going back to brioche. That was something that I've worked a lot earlier, but now I'm gonna see how this undyed, unprocessed wool works with brioche, and I'm hoping it's gonna be nice, because it was already commissioned for a magazine, so let's see how that goes. And then I mentioned that there's a book, and it's this gorgeous jewels book by Making Stories. And if you have been following my Instagram feed, you have already seen that I have my design on the cover, along with Emily Green's Citrin sweater, and there's my Topaz pullover. It's also a round yoke colorwork sweater, but it has a bit more colorwork than this Humulus sweater. So and it's you are using 3 colors at a time. So it's maybe for a bit more experienced knitter. And I used tuku wool for this design. So I don't know if there's a nice picture I can show. But it's yeah, I'll talk more about that design later on, and you can also see me wear it. But I just wanted to show you the book is so awesome. I love this photography. It's so beautiful, and also the designs in this book. I just want to make all of them. So let's see if I get to design anything anymore before I have knitted everything in this book. But the book is up for pre-orders in Making Stories website, so I'll add a link and you can go check it out if you're interested. And yeah, the book is coming out on November 15th, so make sure you can have your copy and start knitting by then. Okay, but let's, I said I was working on another brioche project, so let's take a close-up of that and continue after that. And I have a new project on the needles. This is also a fade design, so you can see the colors that I'm going to use. I have mixed some Skein Queen yarns with Garn Stories, I think, yes. I think these 2 are Garn Stories and these 3 are Skein Queens. But yeah, I have the top of the cardigan here, so it's going to be a cardigan with a brioche collar or shawl type of collar and some brioche on the shoulders. It's a cropped saddle shoulder type of design, and it's going to be a fade as you can see. So I have just reached the part where I'm starting to fade from the first color to the second one. So that's going great, and I'm loving to work with this yarn. It's actually a sock yarn, all of them. So it's a 75% merino and 25% nylon. But I think it's also excellent for a cardigan, so it will you won't wear or get holes on the elbows, and I think, yeah, should be great. I'm really looking forward to finishing this one and getting to wear it. And I'm already thinking that even if the idea was to make a fade design, I'm also already thinking that this could also be that black cardigan that I've been hoping to make, and I still haven't found the perfect pattern for the black cardigan that goes with everything. So let's hope that I can make another one that's black once I finish this fade version. Now here's a project that I already showed you in a previous episode. I think I showed you the first color of this fade shawl, and now I've made progress onto the second color. So there's this garter stitch section, then lace and fringe, and fading garter stitch and lace, and now I'm working on the second fringe, and I've got 2 more colors coming up, so it's gonna still take a while before This one's ready for test knitting, but I think it's going to be gorgeous. I really love the way it's turning out. It's always something so satisfying to see your design looking like you intended it to look like, because often you will also need to rip back and notice that it didn't work and that just didn't turn out the way I wanted it. But this one is looking great and I'm really anxious to have it finished and ready for test knitting. So that was what I'm working on at the moment, and of course I have like really a lot of projects also that I haven't showed, and I need to get that brioche cowl thing on the needles. And yeah, it's fall, it's sweater time, and it's really a good time to be knitting. So happy knitting everyone, and join me back hopefully next week. I'll show you some other finished items and talk about what else I'm working on. So see you next time. Thanks for watching.